It's actually happening. A move that fans have been calling for the New York Jets to make has now set itself up perfectly, as we have seen the team move in this direction already. But there are some questions to ask specifically regarding Justin Fields in this whole situation as well, and we are going to go over everything surrounding the New York Jets, guys. We're going to waste no time jumping right into things. But also, if you're part of that 68% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Jets update. We're keeping you updated with all the latest and greatest Jets news that there is, making sure that you know everything about this New York Jets football team every single day. So let's jump into the video, guys. There is a lot to talk about on the team right now, as many fans have been calling for Aaron Glenn to make some adjustments. Obviously, that's something that happens when your team is absolutely terrible the way that the Jets are, and you have 3 wins and it's the middle of December. Teams start to want their coach to make changes or for their coach to be changed. With Glenn, nobody's really calling for him to get fired because it is his first year here, and he should not be. This team was not very great to begin with, and this was the expected outcome all year long, that the Jets would have a season looking like this. Now, with that in mind, there were obviously calls for Aaron Glenn to make some changes, and no change bigger than the quarterback position. Mainly led by Justin Fields for the majority of this season, the Jets' quarterback play has just not been good. Fields has proven that he is not an NFL starting quarterback, and because that was proven, the Jets did have to turn towards Fields' backup, veteran Tyrod Taylor. Taylor played decently for the Jets. At least, he played better than Justin Fields did and managed games better when Fields didn't. Now, Fields obviously is a phenomenal running quarterback and definitely did add that. Something that Taylor doesn't have to the same degree. And also, their third quarterback, Brady Cook, is he's able to run, but he's not exactly a running quarterback. But Brady Cook is the guy to talk about right here, as there was a whole lot of Jets fans calling for Brady Cook to get a chance to get into these games and start and try to give the Jets a different look of something. We know what we have in Justin Fields. We understand the situation with Fields. We know what we got in him. We have a quarterback who can run like nobody's business, but cannot throw the football with any anticipation, and it leads to just a lack of success in the passing game. We know what we get with Tyrod Taylor. An older quarterback who can manage a game and be a good veteran presence to have, but is not exactly the guy you want starting your games, but he is a more than serviceable backup quarterback in the NFL as well. Outside of that, there's Brady Cook. Why did Jets fans want Brady Cook? Because of the 2 guys I mentioned prior, and also because Brady Cook is a rookie, and when you are a rookie, you never sit back at someone, or you very rarely sit back at someone and it's like, well, they're not going to be good. They're going to be a bust. I can tell they suck. Usually, fans are going to ultimately decide, you know what? We don't know what could happen in this situation. We know what happens if we play Justin Fields. We know what happens if we play Tyrod Taylor. What we don't know is if we play Brady Cook. And the Jets finally did that because of an injury to Tyrod Taylor, where Cook got his first ever moments in the NFL. In that time, he went 14 for 30 on his completions to attempts, had 163 yards, 0 touchdowns, and threw 2 interceptions. One of those interceptions was not fully Brady Cook's fault. Honestly, some of those interceptions that were gotten were a bit fluky, but at the same time, they still happened, and the Dolphins still got them, so there's no other real way to put it. So that's definitely something to be aware of. While also Cook did fumble the ball twice, recovering one of them, the other one not being recovered. So obviously, you don't want to see that necessarily. But Brady Cook ultimately got into the Jets game, and for the first time in his career, he goes in and he does turn the ball over 4 times. This was not an ideal start for Brady Cook, but there's something that we have to remember here with Cook specifically. He wasn't drafted. He was an undrafted free agent that the Jets signed. It's not like he was super hyped up as some next great quarterback or something like that. He wasn't. That's why he didn't get picked. Because of that, fans sort of knew to be cautiously optimistic at best, knowing that if Cook were so great, he likely would have been drafted. And the hope is that he was a massive oversight, like Brock Purdy was and other people in that range. So when we think about that, yeah, maybe Brady Cook does have something to work with, but he did not show it in his first game with the Jets at all. Just looking at that, Brian Casello did mention Jets quarterback Tyrod Taylor left Sunday's game with the Dolphins at 6 plays, or with the Dolphins after 6 plays, thanks to a groin injury. That put Brady Cook, an undrafted rookie out of Missouri, into his first game. Cook looked like what you would expect from him making his first start after receiving no first-team reps this season. And Brady Cook was asked about that game, saying, "It was definitely a challenge, but a great challenge. One that comes with the job of being a backup quarterback. I felt ready to play today, and obviously I didn't do enough to get a win. Coming in at half, talking it over, just taking a deep breath, and then coming back out there, I definitely did settle down. But Cook, for the most part, was definitely on shaky legs. And in fairness to him, how could you not be? This is an impossible situation he got himself put into. The Jets were down 21-0. I mean, almost. What felt like instantly into the game. It was halfway through the first quarter, and the Dolphins scored more points and had more touchdowns than the Jets would have the entire game. It was a terrible game by the Jets. It was the first Jets game we've ever been to live, which was interesting. But what we saw in the time was that the Jets ultimately just were not able to handle this at all. But I mainly blame their defense. Brady Cook had to go in there and just start fighting back instantly. He had to claw back. The Jets kicked the ball off, and instantly the Dolphins scored. They basically instantly scored a touchdown. They got another one before you know it on their next drive. And Brady Cook, by the time he got in there, he was already having to punch up. So it was an impossible situation for Cook to be put into and to have the ideal outcome where he just tears up the Dolphins and becomes some legend. Yeah, that was so unlikely. He could be a great quarterback for the rest of his career. That was not a game that he was going to see a ton of success, if we're being honest with ourselves, and that's nobody's fault except for the Jets' defenses. The Jets' defense didn't do anything to help the team's offense. I know the Jets' offense has been bad, but the defense did nothing to help that offense at all, and Cook did appear in a bit of the preseason as well. We did get to see him do that, where he looked a little bit more comfortable, was able to throw for a touchdown ultimately, did have a good completion percentage at 65.8%, which is way better than the 14 for 30 that he went last time, or last game that he played in. His passing yards per game were around 78 in the preseason, and again, limited attempts. And ultimately, in the one start that he made, he did play decent football. So we have seen Brady Cook go out there and look better than he looked. But again, this is a situation where he was put in some impossible circumstances. And that's really all you can really say about it. Now, fans are going to be quick to judge everyone and say that Justin Fields is not the problem with the Jets. Well, no, he's not the problem. There isn't one problem for the Jets. They're a bad team. There's multiple problems, but he certainly is a problem. Look, when you look at the numbers, Justin Fields compared to Tyrod Taylor and Brady Cook, and using Brady Cook in this small increment isn't exactly fair, but he's a backup, so honestly, you can't really argue with it. And frankly, yeah, Fields' numbers are better. He has more pass completions, a better completion percentage, better pass yards per average, more passing yards, 11 touchdowns to 1 interception, while Taylor and Cook have 6 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. And also, the pass rating was better by Fields, neither of which were good, though. Yes, Fields is the best quarterback on this team. Or is he? I know what those stats say, guys, but Justin Fields got a lot of games. Tyrod Taylor didn't, and, I mean, Taylor passed the eye test way better than Justin Fields ever passed that eye test, if we're being honest. And that is something that we do seriously have to look at and be aware of. Because at the end of the day, I do not think that Justin Fields has been doing anything good. Yes, he's had good games, but for the most part, he hasn't. And honestly, it's absolutely insane. The Jets don't have a good quarterback on the roster. The most trustworthy one is Tyrod Taylor, who's now hurt, so we're going to see what happens. Is Justin Fields going to start? Is Brady Cook going to start? Who do you want to see start? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Go Jets.